Lucy on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi. Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm great.
I wanted to comment on why women need to be wined and dined. I think that women...
Well, first of all women don't. In fact, I'd say most women don't. Most women don't.
Right. Well, reason why women need to be wined and dined is because it kind of sets the mood for the woman.
But they're just not that into sex.
Well, I don't think so.
Let me tell you about the women I know who are into sex. And I'm not exaggerating here. This is based on actual people I know, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When a woman is into sex, she calls me on the way to work in the morning, and she's on the freeway, and she wants to know if I've got a couple of minutes so we can have a little quality time on the phone, if you know what I mean.
Well, yes, but I mean...
That's someone who's into sex. She doesn't need to be wined and dined before that. Okay? Or a woman who will have sex with me anywhere, anytime. By the way, a woman who isn't into sex with me might be into sex with someone else. But if they're not, if a woman says I need to be wined and dined, that's a sign that it's time to cut her loose.
Okay, Tom, can I get a word in here?
Well, at some point, yes.
Women need to set some sort of a stage for, you know...
They don't all need that. You are wrong. They don't. You say it correctly. Say, Lucy, I, Lucy, need the stage set. Which means you're not as into sex as other women who will do it anywhere, anytime.
I didn't say anything about myself. I said women in general.
Darling, how many women have you dated? How many women have you dated?
None myself.
Then you have no experience in this area, and I do.
I know women because I know many of my friends, and I know the way a woman...
And many of them don't want to appear to be sluts to you. I'm telling you that I know women who will call me up on the phone and say, before I go to work, I got to do something here. And then they do it.
Okay, I guess they do. I guess you've set the tone some way or another.
No, but the point is, I don't have to do anything. I'm sleeping. Phone rings, because I don't have to get up and go to work in the morning. Phone rings. Hello? Are you awake? Good. I just need to hear your voice. That's it. Now, that's a woman who's into sex with me.
You know what?
This is a woman who is not going to say, unless we eat at Spago, I can't have an orgasm.
It's not about Spago. It's about creating a mood. It could be
a woman who's into sex. A woman who's into sex does not need a mood created, okay? Like, I'm a man. I don't need a mood created.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you need a woman who looks good.
That's it. I need a woman who looks
good.
I need a woman who looks. I need a woman who looks like one is attractive to me, and that's it. I'm off to the races. We don't have to eat it. We don't have to eat at a restaurant. We don't have to have candles. We don't need rose petals scattered over the bed. I just need to look at a woman who's hot, and I'm in.
Then you need to take into consideration what a woman needs.
I'm telling you, but you're wrong. All women don't need that. Women who are into sex with a particular man don't need that.
You know, after a few years, they've been married. You said the writer said that they were married. After a few years, it can get a little mundane.
Well, that's, again, you're making my point why men shouldn't get married. If things get mundane after a few years, the way to solve that problem is don't get married.
Okay, you don't have to get married, but does that mean you need a new bed partner every night?
Well, if not every night, certainly you need some variety, yes.
Well, after the 10th time, you know, it's going to get mundane. You need a little spice in your life.
Darling, let me tell you something. It doesn't get mundane when you're with somebody who has orgasm after orgasm after orgasm. It doesn't get mundane. It never gets boring.
As good as it is, it tends to get...
When you are with a woman who's like a goddamn geyser, okay, then you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do. I've got one.
I'm telling you, there is nothing mundane about that.
After a while, it can. And
I'm telling you,
if a man needs a woman who looks beautiful, if a man needs a woman with...
When it's mundane, it's time to go.
Well, I don't know. Is that the way to go? Is that the way life is?
Yeah, you know what? I think so. That's how I feel, yes. Maybe it doesn't say that in the Bible, but I don't really care. I'm an atheist.
Anything nothing about the Bible. I think that most men are not.
I don't think you need to be married. I don't think you need to be with anybody until you can't stand the sight of each other anymore, and then you have to go to dinner, and you have to go to a hotel, and you have to go to a hotel with X-rated movies on the TV, or you have to go to Tahiti, or you have to do this, you have to do that. You know, after a while, you're getting a clue here that you have run the course with this person, and it's time. It's like a sitcom on TV. Shows are funny. First season, second season, third season. By the time you get to the 6 or 7 seasons, it's starting to look tired. And by season 9 or 10, it's time to cancel the show and put another show on.
Well, okay, so basically what you're saying is there's no relationship. You just want to have sex, but these people are married.
But first of all, they shouldn't be married. At least the man shouldn't be married. But secondly, when a woman says, I need to be wined and dined, it's time to leave. By the way, the guy in the letter did leave, and he was happier after he left.
But there are some people who choose to stay in the marriage.
They're fools.
And there are some people who choose to get married.
They're fools.
I don't know that they are. You know, I'm not married myself, but I don't know that they are fools. They're the
Why aren't you married?
No, I'm not.
Why aren't you?
I'm divorced. And
why are you divorced?
I'd rather not get into it.
Darling, you're anonymous, so you can tell us why you got divorced.
He was having an affair.
And why was he having an affair? Because you told him you needed to be wined and dined because things were getting boring.
No, absolutely not.
Why was he having an affair?
Because of his own issues, the way he was.
So the sex was fantastic between you and him. It was fabulous.
No. I think he needed more. He can have sex with 15 different women as long as they say that they're into him.
But the point is, when you were with him, the sex was always spectacular.
I think you're a really good spin doctor.
I'm asking you.
He's around.
Was it spectacular or not?
It wasn't about the sex. He had...
it was for him. That's why he went and had sex with someone else.
No, he needed attention.
Oh, so you weren't giving him attention?
I think that I'm not the type of woman that is like, whatever you'd like, my dear. And
there we go. So you were a typical American female who would not give her husband whatever he likes, so he went and found it somewhere else.
No, that's not the case.
Oh?
But, no, that wasn't the case.
What do you mean? Well, because I wouldn't do everything he wanted.
No, I'm not a doting.
What is it you wouldn't do?
I wouldn't dote after him.
What do you mean by that?
Like I wouldn't say, oh, my darling, can I get your slippers after work?
You know, women from other countries do that, darling, and you're in competition with them. Do you know that?
No, that's okay. They can have those kinds of men.
All right. Well, very good. April, what did you want to say to Lucy here?
You know, Tom, I've been with my husband for 11 years, and I kid you not, from day one, our sex has been phenomenal. I get multiples from him ever since day one. I've never needed to go and be wined and dined. And anywhere, I don't care if we're driving in the parking lot in circles. I will do whatever because I don't consider it a chore. And I think the women that need to be wined and dined, it's a chore because they haven't had great sex with their partner. So now it's not a chore.
Sex is not a chore. I think sex is something you do because.
Well, then why do you need to be wined and dined?
Did I say I needed to be wined and dined? I said women in general.
Okay, but that's not true because I'm been married to my husband for 11 years, and I don't need to be wined and dined because it's not a chore. I love having sex with him. I love pleasing him, and he loves pleasing me, and so that's why we're still together.
Well, you know, I don't know how
you need to get out. You need to be gone. You know, because...
This is you're speaking of. I'm not even talking about myself. I called in to give you guys a view as to why women need to be
you're not married anymore because your husband had an affair. Well, don't you think that that's why? Because possibly it wasn't all that great?
No. I know why he had...
Why would he have an affair?
About me.
Any guy who goes out and has an affair is obviously not happy with what he's got. If he's happy with what he's got, he's coming home every night, he's there every night, and he's not somewhere else, believe me. My husband comes home every night, and we have great sex to this very day, and we are still together.
I'm glad for you. I didn't.
And do you ever say to him, I'm not going to have sex with you until you rub my feet.
Oh, are you kidding me? No. It's not like that. It's
you have to set the mood. You have to light some candles.
You don't have to get in the mood.
You have to light some incense.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You have to put some. You got to put some Diana Krall music on.
That's funny to me. I mean, it's like set the mood.
Do you know there are women like that, April? They do that.
I can't believe it. Well, those women are, most of them probably...
You got to put some Norah Jones on or some John Mayer.
I can't believe they say set the mood. What is that about? What is set the mood about?
Well, it's like...
Anyhow,
I can close my eyes and imagine I'm with somebody I'm really attracted to.
Well, move on then. You know, if you can't have multiples with your partner, move on. Don't sit there and tie up the game. You know? Be somewhere you want to be and let the other person be somewhere. I mean, God, if it becomes a chore, set the mood.
Nobody said it was a chore.
Well, it sure sounds like it.
What is setting the mood? I don't understand that part. What is setting the mood? You're always in the mood if you enjoy sex with your partner. You always want it. No matter what. No matter if you're tired. It don't matter. You want it. There's no setting the mood.
It doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
You have to set the mood because I'm not really that attracted to you.
Exactly. That's what it sounds like.
I'm tired of being with you, but if you set the mood, maybe you can convince me you're George Clooney.
I mean, and my husband and I have been married for a pretty long time now. We have a couple of kids, and, you know, I'm telling you, it's good. And that's what's, you know, keeping us there.
All right.
Somewhere else.
You guys have a good day.
Well, you too, darling. April. Lucy?